Hello everyone, it's Jade from Boho Bookworm, and guess what I have not done in a long time? A reading vlog. I have just finished, finally, The Good Sister by Sally Hepworth, which I will leave my thoughts and opinions on it in my January wrap-up when that's due. But for now, I'm about to start a new book, so I thought, hey, why not just incorporate it into a blog? So I will be picking up Confessions of a 40-something fuck-up by Alexandra Potter. As the title suggests, this is about a 40-something fuck-up. This woman who just has no idea how she got to this place in her life and is trying to figure it all out in this world where, you know, everyone's just got these perfect Instagram lives and stuff. She just doesn't really understand. Her name is Nell, and at some point in the book, she makes friends with this 80-year-old woman. So they become fast friends, and I guess that's how the story goes. I have no idea. It's considered to be the new Bridget Jones and very funny. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think I don't know what it is lately. I've just been really craving happy rom-com contemporary women's fiction books. So we're going to dive on in. I'm going to have a very healthy week. It's Monday now, and I've just had this yummy big chicken, cashew nut, feta, strawberry salad for lunch. Later on, I'll be, slightly unhealthy. I'll be having a hot chocolate, cozying up and reading this after work. But it is time to get back to work, so reading will be this evening. See you then. Work is finished. I've just gotten into bed to do a nice, relaxing, cozy reading session, and someone is outside bashing the shit out of something. Awesome. I have lit some candles, I've made a hot water bottle, and I'm about to dive in to Confessions of a 40-something fuck-up. This is a book for any woman that kind of just wonders how the hell her life got to where it is, and their life just hasn't gone how they imagined it would. So it seems completely fitting and perfect for me, and I'm really excited to dive on in. Very different from my normal type of thriller reading vlog, but here we go. Okay, I got to page 23 of this book, and so far, loving it. It is so relatable, it's actually scary. You know those books where you just feel like they're written for you? That is literally how I feel about this. This girl, Nell, she's now single. She was living overseas for a couple of years. She was in America, California. I was in Australia, and her relationship ended, so obviously she couldn't stay. Her visa was going to run out, so she had to go back home and, you know, grapple with the idea of living back with the parents and all this stuff, and how, you know, she thought that she'd had her happily ever after sorted, and it all just got taken away from her. So in that respect, it's slightly hard-hitting because I haven't really thought about, you know, my relationship in Australia for a while. I'm actively trying not to think about it because he's about to get married, and to some girl he met like probably while I was still dating him. But it's just really hard hitting, but there's a lot of humour to this book which I'm really appreciating. And just Nell as a character as a whole, I just find her like almost, I don't know how it's going to go only 23 pages in, but I feel like she's me. But she's got a much better like situation. She's got like a loving family and stuff like that, and she's got a younger brother. My brother's older, and he's considered like the golden child, just like my brother basically. My parents always kind of look after my brother a lot more than they look after me, but you know what, I spoke to my dad about that a while ago, and he said, well, it's because you've made it very hard for us to look after you because you're always off running around the world. So I guess that's quite hard for them to look after me in that respect. But yeah, so her parents are like in their 70s, and she kind of feels that, oh, she's looking after them, and instead of having children, she's lumped with these like 70-year-olds to look after, which is pretty much the same thing, just a different age. And she's got a job as a book editor, and when she was in California with her ex-fiance, she actually had this like little bookshop / coffee shop situation going on with him, and that's like one of my dreams, is to open up my own little writer's cafe, bookshop. So that I don't know, there's so many little things in here that I'm loving the book already. The humour's just fantastic. It's proper, you know, British witty humour, and right in the beginning of the book there's a quote from Elizabeth Gilbert, who's an author I love. I'm just really enjoying it. There's going to be a podcast element to the book. It's a podcast called Confessions of a 40-something fuck-up, the podcast for women who wonders how the hell she got here and why life isn't quite how she imagined it was going to be. It's for anyone who has ever looked around at their life and thought that this was never part of the plan, who has ever felt like they dropped a ball or missed a boat and is still desperately trying to figure it all out while everyone around them is making gluten-free brownies. It's so honest and raw and funny and real. Loving it so far, but I'm going to take a quick break. I need to cook some dinner. I am going to make myself like a nice lime cordial and sparkling water drink, and I'm going to make, I think, baked chicken breast with like a nice paprika, maybe turmeric kind of seasoning, and I'm going to do some mashed potato. I'm out of vegetables and stuff, I think, but I'm just, I can't be asked to go to the shop because I'm in my pyjamas and I'm all cozy and warm. So let me go cook. I'll talk to you in a bit. Hello everyone, it is the next day and I read 89 pages of that book last night and I am so much enjoying it. It's actually unreal. It's so relatable. Love it so much. Now I'm out on a run listening to another book called 2 Meters From You or something. Can't remember the author's name, but it's alright. I'm struggling to get into it. It's about my like 3rd or 4th time that I've started it, so hopefully soon it will get there with me. I'm severely out of breath, sorry. I'm about like 2.5k into my run now, but so far this book, The Confessions of a 40-something fuck-up, is this girl Nell, and now after what I said last night, she's starting to realise that like she's not losing her friends, but they're all on like a different path to her. Like, you know, they're all married and they've got kids and they're making friends with like the parents of other kids in the same school as their kids and stuff, and she's just kind of realising that she's on a very different wavelength to them, and you know, she can't really celebrate things with them or like have them come when she just invites them on a whim to something. So she gets this job as like an obituary writer, and she has her first obituary interview with this woman called Cricket, this 80-year-old whose husband just died, and he turned out to be this famous playwright. So she forms this big bond with Cricket, and they end up like, she's just this really sprightly, vibrant woman for like someone in their 80s. So when Nell buys like these tickets to this 80s festival thing, she's like, oh well, my friend can't come, what do I do? And she realises, oh well, what about Cricket? I mean, poor lady's husband just died, she doesn't really have anyone because all of her friends have like died as well. So she invites Cricket on to this party, like festival concert thing, and they end up having a wild night. There's other things going on in the book, like there's the fact that now Nell is like flat sharing with some guy who's married, and he just commutes to London, to like the countryside or wherever he is, for his family, and I'm hoping it's kind of got a little bit of like the Flatshare vibe by Beth O'Leary, but I'm hoping that he's not a love interest because he's a bit of a wet wipe, to be fair. And then there's also, every time she goes to this one particular pub, she bumps into this like really hunky blue-eyed man. So I don't know, she's trying to suss out if he's married or not at the minute, because he's got a son and he was on a date on Valentine's Day with a woman who was having some wine, but when she bumped into him, she looked down and noticed that he wasn't wearing a wedding ring. So who knows? I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's such a fun, quick, entertaining read. Every chapter ends on like 3, 4, 5 things that she's really grateful for in her life on that specific day, and you know, it takes her through like all the like from New Year's Day when the book starts, and now I think I've just passed like Valentine's Day, where she's trying to avoid social media and have like a social media blackout so that she doesn't have to deal with seeing everyone else all loved up and happy. But obviously, you know, humans like to torture themselves, so that's exactly what she does. She scrolls through and feels sorry for herself, so she takes herself out to this bar and she
buys herself a Valentine's Day cocktail where she bumps into this guy again. So that's where I am at the minute, page 89, and I'm looking forward to reading more this evening after work. But it's my lunch break now, I'm out on a run, and I better get back soon so that I can get back onto my laptop. Talk to you later, bye! Morning everyone. It is the 1st of February, start of the month of love, and I am up in the woods on a beautiful early morning run, out of breath once again. I'm about 200 pages into Confessions of a 40-something fuck up, which I am continuing to absolutely adore. It's so funny. Hopefully it's not too windy up here, but Nell has become really fast friends with Cricket, her real friends that are close by. They've been really shit, to be honest, like they're just too busy with their own lives. So yeah, she's kind of got her own new friends going. And I'm also reading The Maid by Nita Prose, which I started this morning on the run. So good so far. It's about this woman called Molly who is a maid at this like boutique prestigious hotel. So she goes into this hotel room and she finds this like dead body, and oh, hello. Hello. Whoops. So she goes up to this hotel room to clean it, and she finds this dead body there, and it's very clear that she has quite awkward social skills and stuff, but she finds this dead body, she's trying to process it, and it soon becomes obvious that she is the main suspect. So at the same time, while the police are investigating the case, she's trying to investigate it too and find out what's going on. It has been so windy the last couple of days. I'm so sorry if this footage is barely audible. In Confessions of a 40-something fuck up, Nell is now also starting to date because she's realised that the guy that she was seeing in America has met someone, so she's like, oh fuck it, like I need to get out there. So it's kind of very much like my book, and like set around the pandemic, like taking the piss out of online dating and stuff, whereas you know, she's going on these dates and she's like, oh my god, they're disastrous, and she just knows the first one that she meets, as nice as he is and stuff, you know, he's relatively handsome, he's climbed Mount Everest, like he seems lovely, but the second she meets him, she just knows that he is not the one. So yeah, sometimes you just have that feeling. So it's still just such a relatable book, and about 200 pages in now, really enjoying it. Sorry it's been a few days, but just haven't really been in the mood to vlog, to be honest. But I'm back at it now in the beautiful, beautiful forest.